Hi, this is ADampSponge, and this is my Let's Play of Fate, the Cursed King. A game I played as a child, and it reminded me a lot of Diablo 4 that I played not too long ago. So I decided why not have a little playthrough, you know? In this game, race kind of matters a bit, because you get a lot of good starting stats and stuff. For this one I'll go Cogger, because I think I want to do a tanky Thorns. And Coggers start with a little bit more defense, a little bit, and I think like 5% more damage taken, but 5% damage reflected. I don't think pet really matters in this. I mean, I often either go the mechanical bee or the little tadpole thing. Sometimes the board too. But I think this time I'll take the tadpole.
There is a crumbling well near the edge of town where traveling merchants make their camps. As a child, you sat among them, enthralled by their songs and stories of noble heroes from faraway lands. These tales of great warriors and still greater deeds filled your heart with fire, and after every story, you resolved that the champion of Grove would someday hear tales about you. Now, eager for adventure and the chance to hone your skills, you have strayed far from the safety of city walls. Seeking shade and cool water, you spot a narrow opening in the rock face, where a recent tremor has exposed a small cave. Upon entering the gloom, a faint glimmer draws you deeper down the passage. Your eyes adjust to reveal a very large old chest. There are glyphs upon the side, but you cannot make them out. Curious, you push against the heavy lid. At a hand's width open, the skin on your arms prickles in warning, but only when the lid crashes to the ground do you realize the gravity of your mistake. You have unsealed a tomb. A pale green vapor billows up to engulf you, and within seconds, the mists coalesce into a familiar shape. Once a man, perhaps, now twisted and evil beyond your imagining. Stories of heroes are never without villains, but the evil of Takala is described only in whispers. A necromantic priest, power-hungry and cruel. He was executed by the king when his treachery was discovered. The spirit does not speak, but a single thought fills the void: vengeance. Then, with little more than a low, rumbling groan, Takala is gone. Recovering your senses, you race from the cave. You must warn the town. You must warn the king. Moments later, a deafening explosion rips through the air. Your home, the once proud, beautiful city of Ekbatan, lies in ruins. Enormous black rocks, disgorged from the earth, have smashed through walls and set fire to shops. Shining white columns have snapped like fresh reeds, their golden caps crushed against the rubble. The air is thick with dust and smoke, and worse still, it vibrates with a strange sighing buzz. Locusts, horrible and devouring. The focus of Takala's wrath must be the king. Find him and his advisors, and you will find a way to right this wrong. You must stop Takala and break the curse. For the hero of Ekbatan, there is no other fate. Your journey has begun.
Sum up that story, because we were a little kid running around in a little cave. Big bad evil man came out and destroyed the town. Now we gotta go fight in dungeons to go fight him. The guy, one of the guys out front here is the actual like king. We talked to like once, I think. One of the actual most important things in this game is the fishing minigame, where you literally have a chance to catch any item in the game. So often you can go fishing for like an hour or so, and then you'll catch one thing that's worth like $500,000 to like $2 million, and be able to sell it to one of the merchants. It'd be set up pretty nice. I do want to go a Thorns build. There's a Thorns spell right there. So I might have to try to get up enough money to at least buy it now and then save until I can have enough stats to actually cast it. So this is how this game does spells. You have 3 different types of spells. You have attack spell, defense spell, charm spell. You can level up each of those individual categories, which will just increase those spells. And then you can only have 6 of each. I think that's forever. You don't really get any more or less. You kind of have to pick and choose your spells. This is the fishing minigame. I'll leave a little bit in of it at the beginning, but after this I'll edit like the half of the fishing stuff out, just to like, you know, not waste too much time. But it's just simple, just cast in, pull out, no bait. Pretty easy, relaxing. You don't always catch stuff, but sometimes you do. I think my most impressive catches in this game were a rose mace with a lot of stats. It was, I think it was like 100 strength to even wield it, and it was, I think, like $1,000,000 something or something. And then there was the there was one item I've never seen before or after I caught it, which were bunny ear helmets. So I don't know how really rare those are, but I don't know. It really, it was a once in a lifetime thing that I saw, and I don't think I have a photo. But it was also pretty good, worth a good amount. A lot of times when I played this as a kid, I would just fish, and then when I went to go into dungeons and stuff, my dad, who showed me the game, would have me fish on his characters to just get him some money and stuff, which was as a kid I didn't mind. You know? Another use for fishing is you feed the fish to the little pet guys. It will transform them into like different monsters and stuff. So eventually, you can get a fish that can permanently transform them into a different monster. But otherwise, it's mainly like a little money generation thing. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have multiplayer, which is kind of the whole reason I think that it didn't really take off as well as other games. But it does somewhat have a multiplayer where you can have either your characters, or if you have this on Steam, add your friends' characters, and you can use them as like a second person. Like you can recruit a party, and it's an interesting one. Except anyone who uses that character like permanently changes that character. Like they can take items off, put them on, change them. So you kind of only want to do it with people that you trust, or just make a couple guys yourself and then have them all join up together. Although it does cost money to form parties and stuff. I think you're technically like buying the character. You can go back and play that character again, but it's just it's an interesting mechanic, but it's second rate to multiplayer, you know. I'll probably make a whole episode on fishing. I don't think I'll do it too regularly, but it's a nice little calming thing. If I do it later on, I'll just edit out the waiting part so it'll look like his rod just gets casted in and pulled right out. So I'm sure some people are into that. I don't know if it'll be good regular content. Also, it's with the second guy, I might have to make a money generation guy, because money's it's not hard to come across, but you need a lot of it. So I'll either make a second guy for that, or maybe I'll just have a bunch of copies of like this guy. So there's 4 dudes with thorns, and they're all healing each other. One of those things probably happen. I really love this reflection spell because it's kind of one of the whole things I'm making this character around, but it's so expensive and I'm not getting a ton of good stuff in fishing. I'm just gonna check some of the shops before I might go back down. Really thinking about just fishing for that, for enough money for that reflection spell though. So, and then there are quests in this game. That's where you get a lot of money, a lot of XP, stuff like that. Your status in the town, which status kind of matters a bit. Yeah, I don't quite remember what it's all about. But there's a couple of different quests. There's find stuff on each floor. There's, like you saw, I got a wolf. You gotta return that wolf to a certain floor. And there's like a defeat like little mini bosses. This game at one point will get a little repetitive, but I'll try to keep it fresh. Maybe I'll fish a little bit. I really want the reflection stone. It's really gonna eat me up if I can't get it later and I saw it early on.
I've got some.
I'll just go with that. I'm sure it'll be fine. This is during editing, but I'm just gonna double time any footage of me just walking around beating on things, especially early on. There's something I think some people will really want to see. I'll slow it back down to regular speed, but I mean you're gonna see a lot of fighting in dungeons. So I'm sure you don't want to see every single moment. One important thing about the whole questing system is that once you progress on a level, no one's going to give you a quest for that level. So you kind of want to complete all the quests you can find for that level before you continue, and like return to the surface and claim them, because they're only going to get deeper and deeper and further away from your level, and a lot of it's RNG, so yeah, you can kind of get screwed out of a lot of XP if you're just bum rushing to get to like a deep point. This is another mechanic of the game. Identifying stuff. If something's magical, you'll need to buy a book or a scroll to identify it, and knowing what it is will get you a lot more money for it. Which is kind of why I'm thinking about a second guy who's a charm magic guy, because they can have magic to like identify stuff, which would be very nice, and I'd make that guy like make me a lot of money. I won't have to spend money on scrolls home or identifying books and stuff like that. I don't think I'm gonna expend any of my XP or buy any points and stuff until I really know what I want, I'd hate to I'd hate to put points into something and then just not use it later. Yeah, this game also has a map, but it's not active when you start playing the game, which is very weird. You just kind of hit M and you find it. You can also readjust the size, but I like to keep it zoomed in. Your inventory can become rather full, but luckily they have a whole Skyrim mechanic where you can just shove all your junk onto your pet and let them carry it around, or the people that you hire. Which is it's kind of nice. You can also send your pet up to sell stuff, but they sell it for like a lot less, and it's more worth it just to go up and look around and buy stuff from the shops. Yeah, I'm about to make the biggest mistake right here by buying a second copy of the only spell I know that I currently cannot learn. So this is a real waste of money.
That is impossible.
Now I'm gonna drown my sorrows fishing for money. So I definitely had enough to buy the reflection spell, and now we don't. Because I bought a spell I didn't need.
You have received a task.
I'm so close to actually purchasing the spell. I think I'll just go fish a little bit more. See if I can get any good ones. And that's what I'm talking about. This is gonna be worth a lot of money. Look at all the stats. It's yellow in the background. Like this is the piece that's gonna make all my money. Yeah, that's $400,000 right there. That's all the money I'm gonna need for at least like 20 levels. Like that is really nice. I think I'm gonna find another place to sell it so I can actually see how much it's worth in their shop. Cause they definitely hike up the price after you sell it. Oh yeah, $3 million item sold for 400,000. That is money right there. Also, 84 strength to wield. That is a lot. Like, I wouldn't even be able to wield it even if I wanted to for a long time. So a lot of items can, a lot of gems can be put into items. It's like some items can have like 3 in them. So I might just start hoarding gems and making a good build around that. Which means I don't really know if I needed the whole magic part, but you know, I mean, if it's here, it's here. I'm gonna probably just end up using it anyways.